सर स्टार्ट करें। करेक्ट सर, वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ। तो सबसे पहले रॉस इंस्टॉल कर लेते हैं, जिसके बाद इंस्टॉल करेंगे। सबने लिंक ओपन कर रखा है ना, तो इसमें जो ऑफिशियल डॉक्यूमेंटेशन से जो सबसे लिंक है रॉस लिंक पे जाएंगे। वाईफाई नहीं आ रहा है सर, वाईफाई नहीं आ रहा है। इथरनेट सब ये लिंक खोलो, विकी लॉग्स करके एक लिंक होगा ना उसमें। इथरनेट कनेक्ट करना है, ये डोंगल यूज कर लेकर नहीं चलता है, वाईफाई नहीं है, ये टाइम आ सकता है। एक इथरनेट ले आओ। सबने लिंक खोल लिया, तो इसमें हम जाएंगे इंस्टॉल जो ऑप्शन है सेकंड, उसके बाद डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन पे जाओ। डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के बाद इसमें तुम यहाँ पे लिख जाएगा कि कौन सा लॉस हमको यूज करना है। तो हमें नोएटिक निंजास जो सबसे ऊपर वाला है वो इंस्टॉल करना है, ठीक है। तो फिर क्लिक कर देते हैं और इंस्टॉलेशन में सी लॉस नोएटिक ये जो लिंक है ये वाला इस पे क्लिक करते हैं। हाँ कोई जिसमें है वो मत करो, उसके बाद बटन सेलेक्ट कर लो। सब यहाँ तक आ गए, सब आ गए ना। आने का कोई जवाब हो ना मेरे को, हमें पता नहीं लग रहा है। तो सेटअप योर सोर्स लिस्ट जो है पहला, कॉपी कर लो उसको और टर्मिनल खोल लो अपना साइड में। एक टर्मिनल खोल लो, इसको एक टर्मिनल साइड में खोलो पहले। अब इसमें सेटअप सोर्स लिस्ट जो लिखा हुआ है पूरे कोड को कॉपी पेस्ट कर दो। जल्दी ले लो।
Knowledge about us so that things can be faster. And then perhaps more general workshop can be done in the community. So I assume that there is some background available for people who are qualified. That's why I was only invited internal people. So we are planning another set of workshop, or multiple set of workshop. That's what I said. But now it's fine. That's why I invited.
But I don't think it will require too much time. I think the initial phase will require. And
What we wanted to do is first to do it internally and then we go out. That's what we wanted to do. But anyway, I think couple of people are invited. That's well.
तब तक सबने इंस्टॉल कर लेते हैं। सेटअप योर सोर्स लिस्ट कॉपी पेस्ट कर दिया। उसके बाद सेटअप योर कीज जो है उसको भी कॉपी पेस्ट कर दो। जो उसमें लिखा हुआ है लाइन वाइज कॉपी पेस्ट करते जाओ बेसिकली। तो इसके बाद ये वाली लाइन कॉपी पेस्ट कर लो, ये जो मैंने हाईलाइट करी है। उसके बाद कर्ल नीचे वाली उसकी लाइन, ये वाला जो पूरा लाइन है इसको कॉपी पेस्ट करो और उसके बाद सुडो अपडेट और उसके बाद एक्स ऑफ सुडो, ये 4 लाइनें कॉपी पेस्ट करो फटाफट। सबने कर दिया? आगे बढ़े थे। टेबल ऑफ कंटेंट से स्टार्ट करते हैं। आज का हमारा बेसिक रहेगा इंट्रोडक्शन टू रॉस, इंस्टॉलेशन बेसिक, उसके बाद रॉस के बेसिक्स एंड देन सब ट्यूटोरियल एंड अदर सेक्शन में देखेंगे कि अगर टाइम मिला अदर सेक्शन करेंगे, लेकिन उस अदर सेक्शन को थोड़ा अभी के लिए रोक देंगे और हैंड्स ऑन पे जैसे रखेंगे, पीसीआर से भी होता है कंट्रोल रखेंगे। ठीक है, तो स्टार्ट करते हैं। सोर्सेज वगैरह जितने मैंने यूज़ किए वो सब कुछ इसमें मेंशन है, इसके अलावा तुमको किसी जगह जाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी। सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट सोर्स ये जो सबसे ऊपर टॉप लिंक है, ये जो है उन सबको रीड करनी चाहिए, एटलीस्ट जो बिगिनर है उनको तो करना ही चाहिए, बस रीड है। उसके बाद फिर जो ऑफिशियल डॉक्यूमेंटेशन है विकीरॉस, ये इसको बार बार रिविजिट करते रहोगे ओवर द टाइम जब तक आप रॉस डेवलप कर लो। ये बस यही दो साइट है जिससे आपको सारा कवर हो जाएगा। answer.org है जो रॉस, इसमें आपको डाउट्स वगैरह कुछ पूछने हैं या ऑलरेडी डाउट है तो सर्च कर सकते हैं। और ये एक्स्ट्रा कोई कुछ अगर कोर्स वगैरह किसी को करने हैं, मोबाइल टू के लिए कुछ एक्स्ट्रा सीखना है वो सब डाल रखा है, वहाँ से कर सकते हैं। अब मेन पॉइंट से स्टार्ट करते हैं। सबसे पहले मैं दो कुछ वीडियो दिखाना चाहता हूँ। तो ये शेकी रोबोट की वीडियो है, अगर किसी को पता हो तो 1972 में ये रोबोट था। तो मैं बस मैं दिखाना चाह रहा हूँ कि 1972 से 2022 तक हम कहाँ से कितना हमने जर्नी कवर करी है एज अ रोबोटिक्स कम्युनिटी। ये ऑलमोस्ट वो सारी चीज़ें कर सकता है जो आज का एक मॉडर्न रोबोट करता है, यूजुअली की परसेप्शन करना, 3D ऑब्जेक्ट रिकॉग्नाइज करना, अपनी बाउंड्री डिटेक्ट करना, ऑब्स्टेकल अवॉइड करना, प्लानिंग करना, सारी की सारी चीज़ें कर सकता है। फुली ऑटोनोमस रोबोट था ये पास। तो ये अगर किसी ने ये वीडियो अगर देख लो साथ साथ, तो ये बेसिक मॉडल है किसी भी रोबोट का। जैसे शेप को रिकॉग्नाइज कर रहा है कि ये ट्रायंगल है, डिटेक्ट करेगा इसके एजेस को, गोल सर्कल ऑलमोस्ट जो हम मतलब अभी जो करते हैं लगभग तो साथ ही कर रहा है। बेसिकली द पॉइंट ये है। जैसे एक पूरी मैप है बेसिकली एनवायरनमेंट का, जिसने क्रिएट किया है, उसमें पाथ प्लानिंग वगैरह कर रहा है, सब कुछ कर रहा है। तो मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि जब हमारे पास ऑलरेडी ऐसा रोबोट था तो हमने पिछले लगभग 40 सालों में करा क्या है, लाइक व्हाट इम्प्रूवमेंट वेंट, इसी के बाद इसका आंसर है तो अभी दे सकते हैं। मतलब व्हाट हमने क्या इम्प्रूवमेंट किया है इस रोबोट के ऊपर, जब ये सब कुछ कर सकता था ऑलमोस्ट सारी चीज़ें, पाथ प्लानिंग, ऑब्जेक्ट डिटेक्शन, ऑब्जेक्ट अवॉइडेंस, मैपिंग, तो हमने अभी क्या इम्प्रूवमेंट हुआ है इस रोबोट में, क्या कमी है, कोई आंसर कर सकता है? जो
इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स पार्ट का कुछ रहेगा, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स बहुत अपग्रेड हो गया।
और तेज आवाज़ तेज है।
इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स का पार्ट बहुत अपग्रेड हो गया ना अभी, मतलब
तो उससे क्या फर्क पड़ेगा, मतलब
तो
कैपेबिलिटी
कंप्यूटेशन कैपेबिलिटी में ज़्यादा हो गया।
किस कैपेबिलिटी?
कंप्यूटेशनल के
तो उससे फर्क क्या पड़ेगा? फाइनल कैपेबिलिटी तो वही है कि आप किसी को नेविगेट करना है, क्वेश्चन टिक
और
करना है,
फास्ट होएगा ना मतलब
फास्ट हो गए। नहीं, आज के रोबोट लगभग इतना ही स्लो मोशन प्लानिंग वगैरह करते हैं, मुझे नहीं लगता कि फास्ट हो गए।
One thing is the accuracy.
एक्यूरेसी, हाँ, एक्यूरेसी में भी बहुत कम फर्क आया मेरे हिसाब से कि जैसे ये जिस सेंस में 2D मैप बना रहे हैं हम भी ऑलमोस्ट इसी लेवल पे बना रहे हैं। हम कुछ 3D में हम आगे हैं थोड़ा बहुत, बट इतना ज़्यादा मतलब कंसेप्चुअल लेवल पे मैं पूछना चाह रहा हूँ कि क्या क्या अचीव करना चाह रहे हैं एज ए रोबोटिक्स, और किसी पास में
To reduce the size.
नहीं नहीं, ये भी नहीं है, पावर कंजप्शन नहीं, ये भी कोई मेजर रोल नहीं है। तो
अमाउंट ऑफ प्रोसेसिंग
तो ये तुम सब इनपुट बता रहे हो, पावर प्रोसेसिंग में कैपेबिलिटीज के टर्म में पूछ रहा हूँ। तुम उससे तुम क्या कैपेबिलिटी ऐड करना चाहते हो कि जो आप चाहते हैं कि ये ऐसा हो, एज ए इनपुट नहीं, एज आउटपुट क्या चाहते हैं रोबोट से?
Autonomous.
ऑटोनोमस था, तो ये ऑटोनोमस ही है, ऑटोनोमस ही है। ये मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि जब उस 1972 में ऑटोनोमस था तो अभी क्या दिक्कत आई है, क्या उसमें इम्प्रूवमेंट किया?
क्योंकि वर्ल्ड डायनामिक है तो ये डायनामिक
नहीं नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, सब पॉसिबल था इसमें, ऑलमोस्ट सब मतलब। और ये मैं आज का एक रोबोट दिखाना चाहता हूँ, ये 2022 का है, ये टेस्ट। बेसिकली इस रोबोट में हम कुछ भी टाइप करेंगे, ये मुझे ये करना है, वो ये करेगा। तो इनपुट है कि आई स्पिल माय कॉक ऑन द टेबल, हाउ वुड यू थ्रो इट अवे एंड ब्रिंग मी, मतलब ये बहुत लंबा इनपुट दिया है और उससे क्वेश्चन पूछा रोबोट से, रोबोट बोला आई वुड, एंड देन इट वुड प्लानिंग बेसिकली फाइंड द कॉकैट, इट इज फाइंडिंग द कॉकैट, इट इज ब्रिंगिंग, बेसिकली सारे एक प्लानिंग कर रहा है, ह्यूमन की तरह उसको एग्जीक्यूट कर रहा है। ये पूरा फुली ऑटोनोमस है, मतलब जस्ट हमने टेक्स्ट इनपुट दिया है, उसके बाद जो भी कुछ हो रहा है वो सब कुछ ऑटोनोमस है। तो इसका आंसर जो मुझे पर्सनली लगता है वो ये है कि जनरलाइजेशन। जनरलाइजेशन का मेरा मतलब है कि रोबस्टनेस, यानी कि वो जो रोबोट था वो किसी पर्टिकुलर एनवायरनमेंट में एक फिक्स्ड रोबोट सेटअप में बिल्कुल ऑटोनोमस है, लेकिन जैसे ही हम उसको एनवायरनमेंट चेंज करेंगे, बाहर लेके जाएंगे, दूसरे एनवायरनमेंट में लेके जाएंगे, तो वो ब्रिटल, मतलब सिचुएशन बहुत ब्रिटल है। ब्रिटल से मेरा मतलब है कि जैसे ही हम सीन को चेंज करते हैं, कुछ भी पैरामीटर चेंज करते हैं, तो रोबोट उसको हैंडल नहीं कर सकता, अनसर्टेनिटी को हैंडल नहीं कर सकता, बेसिकली पॉइंट ये है। तो हमारी जो जर्नी है रोबोटिक्स की, और आगे भी जो रहेगी, मेन उसका गोल ये है कि कैसे किसी रोबोट को हर एक एनवायरनमेंट में काम करवा सके, रोबस्ट रहे, अनसर्टेनिटीज को हैंडल कर सके। तो यही जर्नी हमने कंटिन्यू करी है। जो प्रीवियस जितने मोशन प्लानिंग वगैरह सब है तो वो फिक्स एक एनवायरनमेंट, एक पर्टिकुलर टाइप ऑफ थिंग्स सिचुएशन को सॉल्व करने के लिए करते थे। अब जैसे जैसे हम एल्गोरिथम की तरफ जनरल एल्गोरिथम बढ़ रहे हैं, तो एक ही एल्गोरिथम मल्टीपल चीज़ों को हैंडल कर पा रहा है, मल्टीपल सिचुएशन को हैंडल कर पा रहा है। तो ये हमारी आई थिंक कि मेरे हिसाब से इस डायरेक्शन में प्रोग्रेस करी है, और आगे भी शायद सबसे जो वीकेस्ट पॉइंट है वो यही है, जनरलाइज करना, कर पाना किसी भी सिचुएशन में। किसी को इन जनरल रोबोटिक्स में क्या हुआ है पिछले कुछ सालों में, रिसेंट पिछले 2, 3, 4, 5 सालों में क्या रिसेंट एडवांसेस है रोबोटिक्स में, तो ये सीरीज फॉलो कर सकता है। MIT की रोबोटिक्स की सीरीज है, इसमें काफ़ी अच्छे लेक्चर वगैरह हैं। तो
But just wanted to tell that as you are also planning second workshop in future in the industry, you can and this will all you will be gaining experience as you move forward over various workshops. You can fix up one language. Fix up one language. Doubts can always be asking different languages. But what I am saying that whatever language of communication that we use for workshop to outside one same language you can also use, because ultimately you would like to have many workshops from TIHS. Doubts can come in any language, isn't it? But you use one, or if you are going to use English, then you use
I am going to use Hindi.
Then when you go to industry, you have to have some one language, because not everyone from Bangalore or Karnataka may object it. So it's important that say you can use one
I
language.
think for this workshop, if everyone is
The
comfortable,
purpose is not that. Okay. Over the time you say you would like to come to a state so that you can deliver workshop to you. So there is nothing problematic with the language. But I am saying that it's important that the purpose of having internal workshop and then moving out. Because if someone, let's say tomorrow when you give it to institute, there may be some students who may not know Hindi at all. It is quite possible. Because
But I also think that-
there may be a student in a class who may be from say, I don't know, maybe say Tamil Nadu, Kerala, it might not know. That's why I am saying that idea is also to what are the issues that you may get recently.
Right.
What are the things? It's important to use uniform.
Right, yeah.
There is nothing problem. Say I respect all the languages. They have all freedom to ask questions what your language, but our purpose, the core purpose of conducting several workshops so that we can go to industries, we can make it more professional. That's why I'm requesting.
right, then we will keep this workshop in English only.
Yes. And let them ask. They can try, isn't it? But they may.
Fine. So next topic is robot programming. So after this, I think you have understood what is our goal and what we want to achieve. So basically, we want to achieve a robot which can do anything what a human can do. So let's say we can tell him to go and bring me a coffee. He can fetch a coffee, and whatever task we want as a person, he can do. We want a same robot to do everything what a person can do. So this is our goal in I will say larger sense. So we will start with ROS programming, but before that we will look at what is a robot in general, what is a robot programming, how do we program robots in general, and then why is ROS required and in which what situations ROS is not required, and how robot programming is different from normal laptop, let's say software programming we do for making some Excel sheet or say let's say any other software. How is it different in robot? What is different in robot? So basic difference is in general any computer system has three parts. So I will say this is computer. So just three parts basically. One is processor, and then this is input, and this is output. So basically there is some input coming, so there will be some information, and output will also be some information. So basically there will be some input devices. There are some computing devices. Processor is basically processing the information and converting into some other type of information which is then given to output devices. So this is general block diagram for any computation system. So how is robot different is processor is similar, only input and output devices changes. So for general, let's say for computer input devices maybe keyboard, mouse or something like that. But for a robot, input devices are like sensors. So let's say camera, joint angles of if there is some arm, what is the wheel, at what speed wheel is rotating, or something like that. These all the input sensors. And output is basically actuators usually. So actuators are something which can like basically move something in physical world. Let's say defined like this. So that is some motor is there. We want to move some motor. We want to move some piston, or we want to change some light on off some light. Basically anything. So that is the main difference in robot programming and software programming. So basically input and output devices are different. That's why we need some different architectural software for programming robots. So this is the first thing.
So can I say ROS enable this where you can interact with various sensors and also command actuators?
Robot is yes. I
Can
define
I say
robot.
ROS enable this? Can I say
Correct.
it's an enabler which allows you to interact with both actuators and sensors?
So what does ROS offer in this system? So before this, I will go to what does an operating system mean. So definition of like full form of ROS is robot operating system. So in general, what does the operating system do? In general, can anyone answer like what does the operating system do? Your laptop operating system, you have a like Ubuntu or Windows. What does it do? volume.
It provides an environment on which we can perform our task.
It provides an environment on which we can perform our task. You mean to say like user-friendly interface to. Okay. This is one aspect. Any other like what's the fundamental thing that is like operating system doing? Management of resources, correct. So like management of resources can be done without operating system also. So there are some. So what was done before operating system? Let's go like before operating system. What people used to do is like for every let's say device you have a different mouse, you will develop a different code for that to integrate it with your hardware. But what does the operating system do is it provides an abstraction layer over hardware. So basically, let's say you have a hardware layer. So I want to open one thing. Open Android. So I want you to see this stack. So this is the operating system Android, what we use in our phones. So here you can see that there is a Linux kernel, there are drivers, then hardware abstraction layer, and then something about it. And below it, it will be actual hardware, which they have not mentioned, but below it will be actual hardware. So let's say there is some Bluetooth devices, there is some keypad, there is some audio device, there is some display, camera, Wi-Fi. So there are physical hardware attached to this, let's say, computer. So how do you access that devices, their information and their data? So basically, for every device you have different protocols, different type of hardware. So we want, so if you want to program those things, so programmer need not to know every detail of the specific device. He just need to know the basic functionality of the device. Like what does on high level that device do? So for example, let's say camera. So on a high level camera just gives you some image. So basically we want some PNG, let's say image output from the camera. So programmer does not need to do what the exact sensor in the camera, how much is each pixel or everything. He just gives us some function kind of thing. Then we can just ask it and it directly gives image. So that abstraction is done by drivers basically. So what drivers do is they for every hardware there is a driver that is already built by vendor itself or maybe by open source community. And what it does it gives a abstraction layer over the all hardware. So basically that programmer needs to program each hardware independently. He can just program in one language or one particular architecture and then he can apply to all hardware and all devices. So now we can plug and play different hardware and different devices. So this is the basic concept of operating system. So basically operating system provides a hardware level abstraction so that we can play around in higher level concepts rather than device level code. So I hope everyone understands this. So this is the most important thing that ROS offers is hardware abstraction. So ROS is also an operating system. So it is operating system for robots. So basically what I meant is it will provide hardware abstraction layer for input devices of robots and output devices of robots like actuators and different sensors. So that is main function of the ROS. So the hardware abstraction layer enables programmer to program a device. The advantage is they can write code for a sensor that works on same way with different vendors. So even if we change sensor, camera, the same program will work for every device. That is the main idea behind developing an operating system for any purpose. And other things are like specific, then come specific to robot programming. Now, the first thing is
I just wanted to
yes, sir.
here let's say now if someone is working with IMU,
Correct.
now specific to ROS, can he, for example, access any IMU or
So basically, if driver is available, so someone has to develop a driver. So basically, someone has to develop a code in the ROS
Like let's say code has been developed because even our standard OS isn't it?
Correct.
It can detect almost all cameras.
Correct.
Or perhaps it may detect all keyboards.
Correct.
Or all mouses.
Correct.
Let's say if someone has developed that abstraction for IMU,
Correct.
then can it access to any
Yes,
IMU?
it can access any IMU. Only problem is like over the time we have more standardized the keyboards, laptops because they are more standardized version. But IMU keep on changing, technologies like changing very fast. So developing abstraction layer for that also keeps on changing a little bit. So it may be lagging behind a little bit in terms of comparison to laptop. But yes, in general it can
It
do.
can be IMU.
It can be IMU.
Now next question is, as you said, let's say there may not be standardization.
Correct.
And henceforth it may require you to also develop driver.
So
or abstraction and your isn't
Correct.
as in the standard change. So that can also be done. For example, now for any sensor, because I'm just asking from user perspective that means now for any sensor,
For any
which may not be standardized, but you can always write a driver inside
Correct.
ROS and you can communicate.
Correct.
And ROS actually provide that
interface. Correct. And in fact, nowadays most companies which launch their product, let's say camera, they themselves give a driver with the hardware itself. They provide a ROS driver.
Writing of this driver may also require to interact with hardware, isn't it?
Correct. So
It's like
it-
a low level perhaps.
It also requires the knowledge of the hardware also.
Low level programming is also required.
Correct. So C programming, C++ might be required. But usually in general, it's almost right now all vendors provide ROS packages for their hardware. So we did not need to like make that. You can just download it and use it directly. So that is one good thing. And apart from this, there are like in general other libraries that we can attach it with ROS, like for solving inverse kinematics or basic other functionalities that are required for any robot. So there are it's a set of that's a ready-made software or collection of ready-made software which we can directly use and integrate it with ROS. So that is so it has in code reviews. The fundamental aspect of software engineering is reusing the code. We do not need to redevelop the wheel again and again. So someone develops something for let's say solving a particular kinematic solver. So if you develop it in ROS, then everyone can use it directly, just plugging that solver and everyone can access that solver. So if you develop some algorithm for path planning, let's say, so you make it available for ROS, then everyone can use that algorithm directly. So this is one more. So we can share our knowledge directly on computer like code basis. So now I will these goals are mentioned on the official site of the ROS. So they have mentioned the goals of the ROS, what they think that goal is the. So primary goal is to support the code reviews that they are saying. Their primary goal is support to code reviews. So everyone knows they have to write again and again for everything. And so it makes research and development faster in basically robotics community. Also, ROS is now available in many languages. Like you can use Python, you can use C++. Also other languages also you can use. So like it is also language independent in that sense. You don't need to learn a specific language. So what people used to do before ROS is I already told you they used to program each and every device separately, then again different researcher will program again researcher will program. After ROS, standardization has been done to most of the things. Now question is when we are not required to use the ROS. So first thing is ROS is not a real time framework. So that is first thing you need to understand. It is not a real time means everything happening is not happening in a real time. It is dependent on various aspects. So we cannot use ROS where high dynamic situations or which require fast actions or which require real-time calculations and real-time actions. So that is one thing. This is mentioned in their like official website. So if you open the official website, you will see as this.
No, but Sunil, here when you say, let's say, when you say real time, how fast is real time and how fast they like our robots can actually work?
So, why
when you say it's not, but then you would like to do navigation in real time.
Correct.
But real time means how fast, isn't it?
So, by real time I mean the 1 second of real clock is not 1 second of ROS. That's what I'm trying to say. So ROS is not dependent on clock in that sense. It is clock independent framework. So basically each whatever function we will see that what is going inside ROS, but every process that is going inside ROS is not a clock dependent process. So every process is independent and it is basically a message passing framework. So one message is I pass one message to someone, that pass one message to other. So it is not dependent or not, it is dependent on events. So ROS is event based framework, not like in general we have a CPU, we have a clock which synchronize all the things going inside operating system or some other process, but we don't have a master clock like that in our ROS. Like there is master clock, but it is not used for synchronizing everything. In that sense, what I am trying to say. So every processing or everything happens based on events. So some message comes, then some trigger will happen, and then some processing will happen. So that means that message is delayed. So because of that, if you are using some network cable or networking or some communication in between the process, then that real time thing will not.
Okay, can you also give one example? Let's say I take example of mobile phone.
Mobile
Let's say I would like to do autonomous navigation in mobile phone. In this scenario, you can use ROS, but application from the point of view of application. Which application I may use ROS, but then certain application
So
which require real time.
So for basic prototyping of mobile phone, let's say you want to show something, okay? So it might not require real time, like but for let's say if you want to deliver the product, let's say driverless car, so then real time becomes critical. Like you cannot collide something if there is a situation which is very critical to human life or which can endanger. We should not use ROS in that situation because robustness is not guaranteed by ROS. So failures are like proper. Like there can be failures based on many different processes going on because the number of process and number of nodes that are working independently makes this system complex and everything is not tightly integrated into one nice loop or like in general we have programming loop that is going on. Sensor feedback, we get data with output. So that loop is not tighter in ROS. That's what I'm saying.
Does it also, let's say you are working on autonomous navigation because you already developed your programs.
Correct.
Now, does it also allows you to, for example, extract a package or perhaps things which you can deploy on the robot, isn't it? Without actually.
So there are some methods, like there are some recent version of ROS and recent version of which are stripped down version of ROS. So they strip down some functionality and convert your, let's say, your ROS program which you have developed to very basic set of programs. But still, I think that is not top.
What I mean to say is when you work with C, C++, then
Okay.
when you combine program, you run it and then you see. You may also make executable.
Correct.
So, for example, let's say if ROS cannot work, does it in some sense allows us to also make executable, for example, or in
That's what I'm saying. There are some situations where like current trends are there where people are developing some compiler, let's say that's a compiler, which can translate that ROS architecture what you have developed in a smaller form factor, which you can then deploy to real robot. So there are some compiler, but they are not as good like if you natively develop that or directly with the hardware. That they are not as good as if you directly develop for that. But there are some ways which you can convert your already done code and convert it to some product directly. There are some compilers and some ways through which you can do it.
Because in past, why I am asking, in past also, let's say there was a global company who approached us. I think it was this SS Innovation. Now they wanted to develop some control packages in ROS. Now let's say they are going to deploy the product into the market, it may not be a good idea.
I think development will be a good idea because in development you require iteration faster.
So, but then when you deploy it,
When you deploy, I think you should shift to some real-time system.
and can you also perhaps name some?
So one is RTOS, directly its name is real-time operating system. RTOS. So if you search RTOS, so there are many.
And it may be slightly at hardware level, perhaps.
Correct. It is more hardware. What is it? C, basically C++ and such kind of thing.
So you can also do all this abstraction and but slightly at lower level.
Yes. Then you have to like deal with specific hardware and more specific to devices.
So in that sense, perhaps I see that for development and proof of concept
Correct.
demonstration, this may be appropriate. But
So this documentation is about ROS 1. So ROS 2 started with this idea of making it more productable in that sense. So ROS 2 has some features which are trying to make it real time and all those things. Maybe later stages we will get some ROS that directly works on real time.
but many industries are also now making a very requirement about cross.
Yes,
And
yes.
now, but
So-
they are also using these engineers at the development.
Correct, correct. And also what they do is that they develop many check and balances so that their system does not fail. So like if it is reasonable accuracy, let's say you are in some situation where there is a warehouse operation. So you don't require that much of accuracy as in case of driverless car. So if stakes are high, then you should not use cross pulse in that sense. So if you are comfortable enough with let's say some failure, then fine, you can use cross. That's what I mean. And if you try to develop that product in house, then you need to make more check and balance around the system so it does not fail. That's one thing.
So Sudhir, you tell me one thing, that this ROS is not working real time properly. So if you are doing some surgery, robotic surgery, so in that case you need the surgeon need navigation, real time navigation. Then in that case, what kind of operating system they are using these days?
So I take an RTOS, real-time operating system. So there are many flavors of real-time operating system, like we have one. Like similarly, there are other flavors of RTOS. So basically, some versions of RTOS they will be
They may be using.
or some other proprietary software. So there are other software similar to ROS, like Player. There is something called Player, and some are proprietary. So you have to purchase a license, and they have some are based on ROS, and they have modified it and make it more real time and something like that.
So they may not be open source.
They may not be open source, correct? So some are open source, some may not be open source, and ROS is fully open source, so like anyone can use it and manage it.
Meaning in the like autonomous vehicles and all which are used in the industry, that may RTOS is used.
Correct. Or they might develop their own operating system if they require more performance. Like, it depends on how much amount of information, like tighter control you want over your hardware. So like if Tesla might develop their own operating system, so like that. If you have resources and like people, then you might develop your own. So installation is installation complete for everyone? Have everyone installed it? Just 5 minutes.
Okay, in installation there are some dependencies we have to also install that. Installation has been completed, but
Subway installation has everyone completed the installation?
installation has been completed. You just go for your down.
Yes.
So environment setup.
So we will do environment setup later.
dependency.
So all these things we will do later. Just install it. That's it. Now we will start with how what is ROS, what is basic its architecture and how it works. So this is the first thing. So basic architecture is like this. I should send you one more PDF. Image is, I think image is not visible in this window. I have sent one more email. So PDF only same thing. Your images will be there. So if you can open that.